Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's a girl Ritwom, your favorite finance lady. If this is the first time seeing my channel, welcome. I'm Ritwom. I make finance content and some lifestyle video. So if you're interested in this, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Okay, so today I'm talking about how to build an emergency fund. I've promised to make this video for a very long time. Okay, so let's start with what is an emergency fund. Emergency fund is an amount set aside for unforeseen circumstances, unforeseen event, anything urgent, maybe a loss of job, and maybe you just lost a job and you're trying to get, trying to cover your expenses and like emergency funds is there. From the name, it's for emergency. It's when you need it, it's always there. So that's emergency fund. So we'll talk about how to build this emergency fund. Now we know what emergency fund is. Let's talk about different things why you need emergency fund. I think it's similar with the definition, but however, the most important thing to me, like loss of job, when you lose your job, when you are out of work, what do you use to sustain yourself for a very long time? What do you use to sustain yourself every month till you get another job, or till you get another income, or till you sort yourself out somehow? It's an emergency fund. Emergency fund helps you. It's just money you set aside. The money is set aside somewhere. It's not, you don't use it for invest, you don't use it to buy anything. It's just there at that point you need it, you take it. That's it. Another thing is, when there is an urgent thing. Oh, okay, you don't have money, maybe for example you're short of rent, something just happened, something unusual, that's the word, unusual, unforeseen happened and you need it. You go there and fetch your money. Emergency fund is not used to get, oh, I need to buy my hair, I need to get shoe, I need to get a car, and it's not complete. Oh, let me get the emergency fund. No, don't do it. It's not for something like that. It's not for something that is not important. It's something like your basic, like I said, okay, let's say for example I said rent, because rent, you need shelter over your roof, and maybe there's no other place you can get fund from. Okay, you can actually, take money from your emergency fund, but not something like you don't need, like your hair, like your clothes, like things that are extra or luxury. I think you don't need an emergency fund. You don't need to get money from an emergency fund to fix that. So I think we're fine. So the next thing is, how do you build this emergency fund? For a start, I would advise you to build like 3 to 4 months. So what do we build? What you build is you build your expenses. So the first thing you need to know is, how much do you spend in a month? Be sincere to yourself. How much do you spend in a month? I made a video of how much I spend in a month in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm going to put the link somewhere here. Go check the video out. I explained how much I spend in a month. So you need to do the same thing. You need to know how much you spend in a month. And it has to be constant. Like, it's not that you say, to this month I spend 20,000, next month I spend 50,000. Basic needs. What are the basic things? What are the things you spend in a month? So when you know that, is this expenses you build? That's why you say build an emergency fund. So expenses you build. You understand? So I have 60,000 naira, and if I want to build an emergency fund, I would say 3 to 6 months. So I'll pick 6 months, because 6 months is kind of a very long time. So 6 months. So I will do 60,000 naira times 6. That's 360,000 naira. So I need 360,000. I need to build 360,000 naira to stand as my emergency fund. Yes, I can build more, but for a start, you're just starting. You're just starting into this emergency fund thing. So you need to start with 6 months, which is advisable for me. So now that I know I have 6 months, now how do I save to build this? It's going to be a challenge, because every month you manage your money. Every month when you get your paycheck or when you get that income, there is different percentage for different things. You need to save. You need to have some short-term savings. You need to have a long-term investment, expenses here and there. You need to do this, insurance, you need to do that. So your money is scattered all over the place. There are a lot of responsibilities, and emergency fund has added to your responsibilities. So you need to know how to build this emergency fund. I made a video on how to save, saving hacks, saving tips. I'm going to put the link here. Please watch it. It's going to help you. There are different types of savings, different ways you can save, different ways, because I'm not going to give you a particular way of how to save this emergency fund. Different things works for different people. So check my video out. Check out that video. You're going to learn different ways on how to save this emergency fund, which is the 360,000 naira. So let me assume you've watched the video. Let me assume you know how you're going to save this fund. So after you've known how to save this month, you need to know what duration, because that is another question. How long do I have to save? Yes, I'm not going to say I'm going to save this money for this emergency for a month or 2 months. I advise you to make it a very short period of time, not too long. So it's not that I want to save 360,000 as my emergency fund and I'm going to save it for 1 year. Yes, I know that for people that have a lot of responsibilities, it's not going to be easy, but try as much as possible to try to save it within a short bracket, within a short period of time. So maybe 3 months. You can build an emergency fund for 3 months. You can try. I'm not saying you should do it this way. I'm just saying it's advisable. So the earlier you have this emergency fund set aside, the better for you, because you don't know anything can happen. You get where you need this fund. So it's better for you to strategize on how you're going to save it. So I'll advise you to save it maybe within a short period, or try to build it, try to save it within a short period of time. It's going to help you. So now that let me assume that we have this money, we've saved it, we've built it. Now where do we put this money? I will advise you, yes, because all these things are just advice. I will advise you to put it in a bank, to put it in a place. Don't let me use the word bank now. To put it in a Don't let me use bank. So this is a place that's reachable, because the most important thing is you need to have quick access to it. You need to put it in a place that is easily accessible. So some people might say, oh, okay, easily accessible, I put it in my house. If you put 360,000 in your house, trust me, you're not going to get interest. The money is just going to be there. It's not going to, in as much as you want to put this in a place that is easily accessible, you need to also put it in a place that can give you a little interest. That's why I always say, I will advise to put it in a bank with maybe high interest rates. Open an account that have high interest rates, or at least it's maybe a saving account that you know that the interest will be forthcoming. You can just put it the funds there. At least there will be little money, little interest building on it. So it's advisable to put it in a bank. It's easily accessible. That is why it is. So the advantage of what I think why you should put it in a bank is easily accessible, and put it in an account with high interest. At least you'll be getting little interest on it. So that's it. I won't advise you to put in a long-term investment, guys. If you put it in an investment of 1 year or 2 years, it's not an emergency fund anymore. It's already an investment fund. So it's advisable to put it in a bank, or maybe a short-term investment. In fact, anything investment, I would say you should stay away from it, because you forfeited the essence of building that fund. It's for emergency. Emergency is not going to happen in a particular time. It can happen anytime. So a bank, to me, it's good to go. So I think that's all about emergency fund. I've explained what the meaning of emergency fund, why you need this fund, how to build it, the duration, how to save it, and where to keep it. So these are just basic things you need. I don't want to make this video too long. I just want it to be precise, and I want you to get the message, and I want you to start. Emergency fund is very important. Like, it is a must for everyone to have it, because anything can happen. So don't get me wrong, when I said 3 to 6 months, I said for a start. When you build this 3 to 6 months, when you have when I have my 360, I can decide to have a plan on building an emergency fund for a year or 2 years. The more I have it, the better, because it's my money, you understand? So the more you have, the more you build your fund, the better for you. But calm down and take your time and do 3 to 6 months. So guys, that's all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you really enjoyed this video and you watch it up to this extent, please give it a thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more financial tips and more lifestyle tips. I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye.